Thank you, sir, for your sweet words. Now I request Mr. SANKARANARAYANAN, Additional Solicitor General of India, to deliver his felicitation address.
Respected judges, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, I would like to say something. Justice Srimati is known to me from probably when she got enrolled. She was working in the office of Beena Gupta, a very good friend of mine in Delhi. And in one of the largest litigations in corporate law at that time, she was deeply involved and worked with me. So I can personally assure that she gives the best and she will be able to deliver the goods in the most appropriate manner. Justice Bharat Chakravarti, I had very few occasions to interact with him. A very smiling face, a very pleasant person to move with. As a matter of fact, just 2 days prior to the notification, he was arguing a matter on behalf of the employees of JIPMER, and I was appearing for JIPMER. And I wanted a court to accommodate. He was a little anxious. I told him, just let it be adjourned by a week. And thereafter some other counsel would appear, then I will take care of it. So after he got a notification, he called me and said, I did not understand at that time what you told me. Now I have understood. A very pleasant person. Though I never had an opportunity to interact with him professionally, but I have seen him and I have interacted otherwise. Justice Vijay Kumar, he may not know me, he may not have seen me personally in action, but I had an opportunity to interact with him on an important litigation in Madurai, where several litigations had to be coordinated. I was doing the coordination work and doing the matter in Chennai, and those litigations he conducted in Madurai, in and around Madurai. The client was so happy. As a matter of fact, when I met the client very recently on the Independence Day, he did talk about the manner in which he dealt with that particular case, and I am confident he will be able to deliver the goods. I have never been in the taxation side. I have been in some civil matters on the original side and corporate side and a few labor matters. My first opportunity to see Justice Mohammed Shafiq in action was on the first day when I assumed office. As it happens in all, whenever you hold a government post, I am 100% sure Wilson will agree, Mr. Vijay Narayan will agree. The bundle comes to you and set up the council comes and tells you what the matter is, and all of a sudden I was told that the matter comes under GST. All that I could remember was something which I read in Central Excise Act way back in 1975-76. I made some mention, and it was Shafiq Mohammed who held the fort that day. And both of us jointly, due to his efforts, we succeeded. That is a reported judgment. Thereafter, I had opportunity to interact with him on these matters relating to indirect tax. And I found a very good lawyer and a gentleman in him. And I casually asked him, how old are you? He told me I am 49. And I said, before I complete my tenure, I would definitely be wishing you as my lord and addressing you in the court. I am happy you are here. Say Satyanarayana Prasad, Justice Satyanarayana Prasad, Vidudalai, and I have something in common. That is what I told them. All of us are loyalites. Vidudalai and I studied in the same college in Pru University in Loyola. He shifted to economics and I went to commerce. And I find that a learned judge is also a loyalite. After I became a judge, I talked to a few friends of mine in Delhi and I found that he's very hardworking and he would definitely deliver the goods. As a person who has got, as Mr. Vidudalai said, more than 4 decades of practice, I would also make a request to the honorable judges. No advocate comes to the court with intent to fight with anybody. Yes, he comes there only to present his case. He may be right, he may be wrong. It's very difficult to judge. At times he may cross the limit too. At times he may be little adamant in his argument. But at no point of time he becomes the enemy of opposite counsel or the court at any point of time. So please be courteous. And encourage the junior lawyers. I thought I would definitely share one particular moment which probably Vidudalai and probably Vijayanarayanan may be able to recall. Justice S. Padmanabhan was dealing in civil revision petitions and first appeals.
A junior appeared before him. The junior was not in a position to.
Probably that was the first day that he came to the court. He was very, very nervous. The judge asked him a few questions. He was not able to say except that it is a civil revision petition. His senior was away and that he wanted adjournment. It was not even a monosyllables, but he merely mumbled something, told the judge, please adjourn. Justice Padmanabhan told him, it's all right. Tell me what law it comes. He was not able to respond. He was perspirating by that time. Then Justice S. Padmanabhan told him, it's all right. Took the matter, saw it, and immediately dictated, granted the interim stay admitted. This man was completely relaxed. He was about to close his bundle and move. He said, wait. The order given is given. I will not change it. No argue the matter. So he was wondering. He said, no, I want you to argue the matter, gain confidence. Now that I have given you this order, you need not worry about the result. Please argue the matter. That gentleman is having a very good practice today in Chennai, and he does very well. Had he been roughed down the other day by the Honorable Judge, he wouldn't have had the courage to come to the court the very next day. So my request to the Honorable Judges is, please treat the juniors courteously and try to accommodate them. There is only one more thing. One day a man was passing through the road. There was a person who was sick and infirm. He just bent down and tried to help him and helped that man. After helping that man, he appealed to God. He said, I'm a believer. So he appealed to the God and said, God, why is it that you are not helping these people? When he made a very fervent prayer to the God appeared before him and told him, friend, I sent you here only to do that work. Why do you call me? Why don't you do it? One of the important things that we believe that we are answerable to the Almighty at some stage, but He will not be able to deliver all these things. That is why judges are there. Probably that is why we call them as my lords. It is very difficult for us to sift through the entire evidence and say so and so is 100% right or so and so is 100% wrong. That is why we rely on the theory of probability. But I pray the Almighty to give all the 5 judges all the support in arriving at a correct conclusion. This theory of probability works when you act fearlessly, without any favor and without any prejudices. There could be any reason for a person to get prejudiced as against another person if you are able to remove all these things from the mind. Then the theory of probability would definitely work at a better, I would say, percentage, and the chances of one going wrong would be very remote. I know how difficult it is. Whenever I argue a matter, it's a borderline case. I always go home thinking about this. I have said this, the other side has said this. The judgment could go both ways. How would a judge determine whether I am right or he is wrong? It is a very difficult thing. We just argue and go away. I don't know how they spend their time or how they write it, because except for 1 or 2 arbitrations, I never had an opportunity to write an order. We only write pleadings. We only say I am right. We never say that the other person is right. So my request is, and the prayer to Almighty is, give them all the courage and all the qualities of eminent judges, and ultimately be a person who would deliver justice not only in accordance with law, but in accordance with the truth that they could arrive at. Thank you. Thank you.